design. And today we're talking about how to use Notion in your coaching business, but also kind of why you should use Notion, and then a few other kind of upgrades from Notion just to get you started and get your wheels turning as to all the things that are possible with your coaching business using just some free software and then an option to use some paid software. So let's dive into, first off, what is Notion and why would you want to use it for your coaching business? So we're going to be diving through a bunch of different Notion pages here. So let me kind of get myself out of the way. So when it comes to Notion, there's a couple reactions. The first is you've never heard of it. The second is you've kind of heard of it and you dabbled with it. And the third is you're absolutely in love with it. So my goal today is to kind of introduce you so you can get past that, what is it? And if you have dabbled with it, why it didn't work. And then lastly, to get into, I hope you absolutely love it. So Notion you're looking at a Notion page. This is my coaching business suite that I offer to coaches. And Notion is like a planner on steroids, the best way to think of it. It gets you the best of all the planner worlds in one place. So if you want to think of Notion, think of it as kind of Trello meets Word, Google Docs meets Excel meets Airtable, kind of everything all mashed together, your to-do list all mashed together, and it takes the best parts of planners and really puts them into one page. So you can do everything you could do, most everything you could do on a database and on a Word doc and on Trello with cards, and just puts it all into one place. But what's so cool, and what you don't get with, say, a digital planner, like something that you use on GoodNotes on your iPad, or GCal, or using paper planner, a Happy Planner or anything like that, is that the thing with Notion is you get to move things around. You get to make it work the way your brain works, which isn't always the way that the person who designed that sheet of paper or designed that digital planner thinks. So you get to move things around, make it the way you want. You can also change things. There's no ugly crossouts. And you can kind of think, okay, today I want to work this way, but maybe a week from now you want to work a totally different way. Well, with Notion, you can move things around. Like right now I'm showing you a block schedule. And this says before work, the work day, and after work. Well, what if you wanted to change that? And at a different season, it was more like morning and then up until lunch, and then it was after lunch, and then it was evening. You can change these labels. You can change them any which way you want. We're going to dive over to my planner real quick, and I have scheduled tasks, things that are doing just for fun, and things that don't have any time assigned, right? So that's kind of how I do it. So you get to do it any which way your brain works, which is not possible on all the planners that you would get out there that are pre-printed or done on like a PDF type of source. So Notion is completely flexible and allows you to work the way you want to work. What is kind of the downside of Notion is that when you get Notion, it's a blank page. And that blank page can be very, very daunting. So if you've ever heard of Notion and dabbled with it and didn't fall in love, it was because that blank page is very overwhelming. It's a little bit much to get started with, which is why I sell templates, because I don't want you to start with a blank page. I want you to fall in love and realize that you can kind of change things and grow into it and not be kind of blown away by that blank page. And the other extreme is Notion can do so much that when you buy some of these super templates, these over-the-top templates, you get overwhelmed because there's so much you can do that you shut down, right? A confused mind shuts down. So when you're looking at introducing Notion into your coaching business, I like to start with a template that has enough to get you started, but not everything, enough room for you to grow into it, enough room for you to think, oh, this isn't how I want to do it. I want to do it this way, but not get overwhelmed. So that's what these templates are all about. And the last thing I'll say when you're first getting into Notion is make sure wherever you're shopping, wherever you're getting, that you have some really good tutorials that you can come back and watch, because with Notion, you're going to grow into it. You're not going to get everything because there's so much you can do. You're not going to get it all on day one. So whatever product you're shopping, whether it's mine or anybody else's, make sure that there's video tutorials so you can watch and learn and then come back and watch and learn again, because you'll pick up things later and you'll be like, well, what did she do there? Oh, wait, I want to change this and I wasn't paying attention before. Now you can go back. So make sure you have a really good library of video tutorials to come back to when you're shopping for that perfect planner for yourself. So I hope that, I can't tell you everything Notion can do in this very short video, but I wanted you to get excited that the thing to know about Notion is it's a mashup of all the best database tools out there, and that you can customize it to the way you want. And if you're like me, I change these headers constantly. I change the icons constantly. I put my mantra or my goal or whatever it is that I really want to be thinking about. I put that up here with just a simple Canva template. And I also change the icons to be just things that are fun for me. I have like a whole section. Let's dive in here. Where's what I'm trying to think of one of my ones that still has a Christmas on it. Like this one has a spring heading that I really love. This one, I think I'm on spring again, but I know there's one where I still have my Christmas heading still launched in there. This is an old heading I did, but you get the idea is that I constantly change the feel and the theme. This was a fall theme that I did. So I constantly change. This is my current one with summer. So I love that. You can't do that with a paper planner. You have to buy a whole new planner. With Notion, you can change things up to suit your mood and to suit your whatever you're focused on. So anyway, diving in, why would you want to use Notion? Well, obviously you can do your scheduling, all your scheduling. You have great calendars. You can track all your client appointments. You can track your appointments. You can track birthdays. I mean, it's all right here for you. Easy, easy, easy. And there's no cross outs. When you want to change a date, you take it and you drag it, and now the date is changed. There's nothing clunky, nothing you have to cross out. Something gets canceled, you just check the box, it goes away. It's awesome. I love it. But the other thing that you can do, and again, we're not going to get into everything here, but what I wanted to dive into is a little bit about how you would work with your clients. So let's go over here to the client portal. You can turn all your clients onto Notion as well. They can get a free Notion account, and now you might want to do this just for your VIPs. You might want to do this for all your clients. You could create pages that have your client agreements, your onboarding documents, all your information, your Zoom links, everything like that. But this can be personalized for the client, and so you can have questions, you can have chats, you can go back and forth in here. This is just kind of showing you a demo page that has like all your policies and things like that. But you can go into this resources tab and hook in all kinds of things, videos, chat sessions, anything that you want for them to have and share and go back and forth. And you as the coach and your client will have a private copy where you can go back and forth and talk to each other. And there's not many coaching programs that allow you to do that for free. So there is a paid component, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But your client has it for free, and you're not spending all this money on Kajabi or any of these major programs like Asana, Monday. You don't have to do anything like that. And it's so not complicated. You just share it. So let's talk a little bit about the cost factor. So yes, you can have a free account, and then you can share this page with your clients. They can duplicate it, create their own Notion account, duplicate it, have their own private copy, and then share that private copy back with you as a coach. And now they have ownership of their client portal, and you go in as the guest and make changes and chat with them and do everything back and forth. Or if you want to retain ownership so that when your client is done working with you, if you wanted to be able to turn off their access to the client portal, you could do that if you retain ownership. So if you let them have ownership, they keep their free account, but when you're done working together, they get to keep the client portal, and that might be what you want. Or if you want to retain ownership, then you have to possibly move to a paid account, which I think right now is $8 or $10 a month. It's not outrageous, but that allows you to have ownership and turn off the client portal. So little nuance up there. Depends on how you want, if you want to own the client portal or you want your clients to own the client portal after you're done working together. Minor thing. But again, I just want you to know that you have all this awesome ability to talk to your clients and really give them the Cadillac VIP experience where you're just sharing links that are relevant to the coaching program they're working on. So let's take it a little bit further. What else can you do with your Notion account? So you've got your scheduler, you've got all your appointments, you've got your client platform. The other thing that you can do is have your own website. Now, this is not the top of the line website. Let's be real. This is a free website, though, that you can control that is so simple. You just use Canva, make up the pages the way you want as far as any images, drop all your text here on Notion, and then you can have links to testimonials, links to your shop, links about you. So all of the things that you could normally do, you can do. That's, it's not 100%, like you would get with WordPress or with Wix or with Squarespace, but you don't have to pay for it. So you're trading off a little bit there. And it's so simple. Simple. I love it. So if you're not all about your webpage, like you need to have a web presence, but you don't want to spend a ton of time on it, and you really don't want to be spending money on it, this is a great resource. It's right there, free in your Notion account. If you buy a template from me, I include a website template. What else can you do? I feel like a commercial, but wait, there's more. You can also host your courses right here inside Notion. So you can have a course page that you only share with people who you want to have access to. And again, you can give them ownership, just like you can with the client portal. And then they have access to it. So they pay once and they have lifetime access to it. But you put all your curriculum in here. You put your videos in here. any kind of lesson content. They have a table of contents so they can check off their progress. Great little tool. Again, it's free. So if you have a free course and you really want to get that out to your clients, create it right here in Notion. And it's free for you. You don't have to do anything expensive, anything complex. Again, so simple, and you can copy your branding just like I've done. I've copied that branding using Canva all the way through all my products so that my courses and my website all have that nice feel to it, the same feeling like you don't even know that you've necessarily left something and you're into something else. So again, free. Now we'll talk about a paid option in just a second, but I just wanted you to see what you can do right off the package. And this is part of what I give in my templates to my customers. And then wait, there's more. You can also have a customer hub. In a customer hub, we're going to show you my paid hub in a minute. But this is, again, a free hub where I've hooked up my video library. I've hooked up the image library. So talking about those Canva covers, things like that, planning tips. So as they go into different things, they can get into seeing all kinds of tips and things that I want them to have. So rather than having them go onto YouTube, I can put my YouTube videos right here, and they're organized the way that I want them to be organized. And again, they can be branded. This is my old branding, but they can be branded to how my whole website, my whole look and feel is. So you could take this page, let's just close that back up. You could take this page and now carry that theme through a customer hub. And a customer hub is a place where you can share resources with all your clients, but it's kind of a free resource for them. But it really allows you to be more professional, and it's kind of like it's not on the web page where everybody can see it. It's something that when they're a customer, they get this nice bonus as being a customer with you. So you can really do some very specific things for your clients, but share it with all your clients instead of sharing it privately on the customer hub. I'm sorry, on the client portal. So client portal is strictly for that client. Customer hub is for all of your clients to share and learn more about your business or about whatever it is you want to teach for that time. So much you can do here. Now this is all on the free Notion side. And I just want to take a dip into what I also use, which for me, there's the free side, which I love. But then sometimes you want things to be a little bit elevated and you want kind of a paid side. With Notion, there's not as much security. Your information is encrypted, but somebody could share that link with somebody else, and you might not want that. So I also use Teatree, and I want to show you some of the same things I've created with Teatree. So I can create all the courses I want, and here's a bunch of courses just showing you what I have. But when we talked about that customer hub, if you want to go a little bit more than Notion in the free side, I also created a customer hub called the Community Cafe, and you can see that with Notion, it's a little bit plainer. But if you want something that's a little bit more secure, but you also want to up the look and feel of it, this is my customer hub on my paid side, which is on Teatree. So Teatree is not free. I paid for that. But this is something where if you want your customers to have a login and you want it to be a little bit more secure, you could do that. Again, it's the same thing with your courses. If you could have your course look like this. If you want them to have a login, you can't do that on Notion. So you'd want to do something on Teatree. But the other thing I've done is like here, I've got a customer holiday hub. So I just did a pop-up thing that just showed, oh, this is just something I'm going to do for the holidays for fun. And I created that in Teatree. So with Teatree, you could spin up as many things as you want. Teatree is paid. There's a lot more to it. I don't want to get into it right now. But I just wanted to show you that if you want something more secure, you will want to jump a little bit off of Notion and go into something like Teatree. But let's go back to our Notion world. So there is so much you can do with Notion. You can really blow it out. You can make it yours. I mean, you can make it fun. Like this is my page. It's so much fun. And you can put little things like widgets, things like that. I don't have those initially because, again, I want you to fall in love with Notion before you geek it out. This is like, think of it as like putting your stickers on. Like you could do some other things to really geek out your database, but the beginning, I just want you to get excited, get in here, learn how to do it, learn how you could track your finances, your marketing. But really the big thing is being able to talk to your clients, give them that Cadillac VIP experience with their own page and their own private resources, but also have that public customer hub, have your website, have your courses. I mean, there's so much you can do with Notion, and I include that all in my templates. So I hope that you'll consider working with me, and I also provide excellent customer support where I can dive in. So sometimes you get in there, I've had my clients do this, and they lose their whole toolbar. You can share with me, and I can go in and fix things that you might have broken. So I hope that you'll consider that. But anyway, I hope that you really want to consider Notion because it's an awesome product. Again, you can use it for free for life if you want, depending on how you structure your customers, or you can do a nominal paid version, which is what I do, so that I can share with customers but keep the ownership. So I hope that gives you a lot of great information, a lot of food for thought as to why what Notion might not have worked for you in the past and why you want to give it that second try if you have, or if you've never heard of it, dive on in. There is so much you can do with Notion and really up-level your business. That's it. Take care.